All right. Welcome back, everybody, to school. And our topic today is about building relationships. Over the summer, I read a few professional development books, went to a few conferences, and everything keeps returning back to the idea that we have got to build relationships with our students. Number one thing. Okay. It's our responsibility to get to know our students at different levels, not only academically, but personally and socially as well. You may have the content knowledge, but if you don't build a rapport with the students, you won't get anywhere. Okay, that's from Kalik and Zmuda, from Students at the Center, one of the books that I read this summer. And isn't that so true? So what do we have to do? We have to build relationships with the students, teacher to student. We also need to have students build relationships inside of our classroom. You have to build a culture, a community. So, what are some of the things that we can do? Ask students to share good things, a la capturing kids' hearts, right? Something good. And you have to model this. So, maybe I would say, hey, there wasn't any traffic on the way to school this morning. That could be a blessing for some people. So make it something that is like accessible, attainable, like not like super huge and they feel intimidated to share their good thing. Have them share the highlights of their day, of their week, of the month, of the summer, of the holiday. Okay, we've all seen some of those videos online, but the teachers, they create special handshakes for each student as they walk in the door. Do something playful. Ask for random facts or tell corny jokes. I'm more than happy to tell corny jokes. I learned them from my 8-year-old daughter, and I pass the corny jokes on to my students. And we laugh. Where we're building connections, though. We're connecting to each other on a human level, a relatable level. And then it makes it easier as a teacher, it's easier for me to be able to teach that concept. So, get to know your students. So, how do we do this? So, we have the reliable create a student questionnaire to find out their interests. But make sure you take it to the next level. Don't just have them fill it out and you look at it and then you're done with it. It's something that should be kept in the forefront as you are continuing throughout the year to plan lessons, to choose books, to do activities. Have lunch with some students. Find a common activity. Checkers, chess, sports, books, movies. Okay? Appeal to their interests. Find out when the baseball team is having a game, basketball team, football team. Find out when it is and where it is and go. It's students and parents will appreciate that you are taking the time out of your life to go see about them. Let them get to know you. Share your world. Be real. Let students see you make mistakes. They will learn from watching how you react to a blunder than you could teach in an hour-long lesson. And here you see there's some pictures of my family. I share that with them. Humor. Now, you have to be kind of careful with humor. You don't want to go sarcastic, but have corny jokes, like I said. I mean, let's eat grandma, or let's eat grandma. Punctuation saves lives. I mean, these little things break the ice. These little things lessen any of the anxiety that some of your students might be having about being in your classroom. And quickly, just something about discipline. So we want to make sure that we're building relationships in that, yes, we have to discipline them, and then we have to keep order in our classroom for all students to get the education that they deserve. But there's ways to go about it. And we know that the best way is to pull them aside, do it quietly, do it quickly. Keep your voice even, steady, and then, positive reinforcement. When you see them doing something good, tell them, thank you. I saw that you had your book out already. I appreciate that. I saw you took the initiative to pick up some things off the floor and throw them in the trash. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, that still, even though it's discipline, even though we're making corrections, it's still building a relationship. And then, look, if you have a good relationship with your students, you need to have a good relationship with your parents. There's 3 rings here. As a teacher, you represent the school. The student is in the middle. The student is the center of everything that we do. So we need to make sure that we are all connected. Be sure to reach out to parents about their student. Good, bad, but mostly good. Some ways that we can build relationships with the parents: smile, learn their name, communicate often, invite them into the classroom, thank them privately, thank them publicly, make positive phone calls home. Always lead with good news. Anytime you talk to a parent, always start out with the good news. And then come up with ways that you can overcome some challenges and how make specific recommendations about what parents can do to help their child be successful. So, how do you build a relationship with students? How are you going to make the next step? If you could go to the exit ticket and fill it out, I would love to hear some of your feedback. I want to thank you so much for taking time to hear what I have to say about this. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me a podcast on Anchor, or you can send me an email. There are some additional resources that you can check out. Some of the resources here are the ones that I use to get information for the presentation.